All right, welcome to this step for getting your email sending setup taken care of. So inside of this training section, we're going to be walking you through how to set your reply address now that you actually have your business email that is at a domain that is going to be set up for email deliverability. Okay, this is going to be very important. Now, it's a very simple and easy step, but it is a very important step because what is a reply address? So a reply address means that when you start sending out emails. Remember, what is this entire training called? It's called business email sending setup, right? So when you start sending out emails, which is what we're going to be walking you through when we get into automations and automated emails and all that kind of stuff. When you start sending out emails, what is the default email address that is going to be set when somebody hits reply, right? So let's say, for example, you have a customer that's going to reply, a client, a lead, a prospect. When they actually reply to your email addresses, what is the default email address that they're going to be replying to? We are going to set that up inside of the system so that way you are good to go with that. So that way, if you ever have any client or customer who responds and replies back like, hey, I got to reschedule an appointment, I got to do this, hey, I can't make this anymore, all these kinds of use cases, this is going to go ahead and take care of that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to go over to our business platform client kit. Okay, we are then going to go ahead and click on settings at the bottom left. And then once we go ahead and click on settings from there, we're then going to go ahead and actually go over to email services. Okay, so you want to look for email services. You're going to click on email services. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and click on reply and forward settings. Okay. Now, again, these software companies, they change, kind of their UI every once in a while. So if it doesn't look like this, you'll see something similar, but it probably is going to be able to look like this when you're going through this training. You're going to go ahead and click on reply and forward settings. And what you're going to do right over here is you're going to make sure when you come over here, probably you're not going to have any reply address here. Okay. So we had that as a previous test that we were doing. You're probably not going to have anything here for the reply address, and you are also probably not going to have anything here for the forwarding or BCC address. Now, we are not going to mess with this right now. It's not something that is important unless you know what it is that you are doing. You're an advanced user. You know exactly what this is for. Do not mess with that. Okay. So these should stay blank for right now, and you can leave this off right now. We're not messing with that. What we are doing in this training section is we're doing the reply address. And so what we're going to do is that in the reply address, we're going to go ahead and put our @domain business email. Now, even if you're using an @Gmail and you're not paying for it, you should still have an @domain email because we went ahead and walked you through option 2 and setting up the email forwarding and the email routing. But if you went with option 1 from the very get-go and you were paying the $6 a month for the @domain, then what you're going to do is that was easy for you. You're just going to go ahead and enter that in right over here, right? So what you're going to do is right over here, you're going to go ahead and enter in, right? So in this case, let's say, for example, I'm using my example here, bodyforgefitness.com. Obviously, you are not going to put bodyforgefitness.com. You're going to put whatever your business email that you have that is at your domain name. Very important. Do not put, the Bodyforge Fitness support @gmail.com. No. You cannot have a @gmail.com here because what's going to happen is that it's going to cause all sorts of issues when it comes to actually getting replies because it's a reply to a different email that's going to be sending it out, right? So long story short, do not put the @gmail here. Very important. You want to make sure that it is in fact going to be the email that you have. Let me zoom in here so you can see. It's going to be the email that is at your domain name. And so probably if you follow the instructions that we recommended, it's going to be support at whatever domain name you have set up, or it might be team or something like that. And then once you've gone ahead and done this, you're going to make sure that you go ahead and hit save, because that's going to be very important. You're going to get this successfully updated, the reply settings on here. Okay. So if we go back over to the guide, you'll see that we do have these specific instructions here as well. So you're going to set your reply address, make sure that it is the @domain.com. I've said this a gazillion and 2 times, but I'm telling you, there's still going to be some students who are going to miss it. Okay, so I got to repeat it over and over again because not all students are amazing students like you. Okay, and so you should have already set this up in the previous training. So whatever your @domain name email is, you're going to go ahead and put that on there. If you still have an @gmail.com business email and you have not yet set up a forwarding to create an @domain, make sure you go through that previous step like I said. Okay, so that literally is it. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations. I said it was a very simple and easy step, and it was a very simple and easy step. All we had to do was go over to settings, go over to email services, and then go ahead and set our reply address, and that's it. We have now gone ahead and set up our reply address. This has been this step in your business email sending setup. We're going to go ahead and continue. We're not done yet. We still have a couple other settings that we got to go ahead and fix up here so that way they are taken care of. With that being said, we will catch you in the next training section.